What's going on, good people? Y'all already know who it is. It is your boy Hill, D Hill, and it's my guy D White. And together we are the Dallas Duo. This is episode 3. I want to thank everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Three Man Weave YouTube channel. I want to appreciate you guys for rocking with us. We're gonna get this thing, get this thing rolling, man. It's been an interesting off season. And before we left, when we left last episode, we said that the loss that we took was going to be one of the interesting losses. The worst loss that we didn't took in the first round for a while. This is going to be way worse. It's bigger than Nino Brown, that loss.
Bigger than Nino Brown.
so we had some we thought we was going to lose some coaches. We just knew Dan Quinn was gone. We had already packed him up. Dan Quinn was gone. We was trying to pack Kellen Moore up. Oh man, we were trying to pack Kellen Moore up. But let's stay with Dan Quinn first. First, he was the one, took his name out of consideration. He didn't get the Denver job. A lot of speculation that he turned the job down, he turned other jobs down, but ultimately he's back in Dallas. So how do we feel about that?
Man, I say that is a home run. I can't say a home run hire because we already had him on the staff, but it's a home run move for the offseason. I think it's besides Will McClay, I think it's the biggest, move in the offseason we made so far.
Yeah.
Retaining Will McClay, giving him that extension, and Dan Quinn. You don't get too much better than that straight out the gate in the offseason, you know what I'm
saying? And like you said, and we don't have to stay on a negative point, but those are two key positives, like you said, retaining Will McClay. He's been killing our draft, since he's taken over that and free agency, to a certain extent. And like you said, retaining Dan Quinn, the things that he did with that defense, he worked wonders.
Right.
And it's like, okay, we this defense can get better.
Oh yeah.
Continuity is not always a bad thing. We could, like you said, this thing can get better. It's more things that he could do. He might have been holding back. Like, I don't want to give y'all everything. I just want to focus on one thing. Now he can expand on the foundation to get he already has. So
right, 100%.
Keeping Dan Quinn and on top of that, we know the effect that it has. On the draft with him in place. Will McClay knows the guys that he wants. They don't even have to talk anymore. I know the type of guys that you want. Let's go get them. And let's plug and play. So that's definitely a positive. Now, another guy, like you said, we was really upset with Kellen Moore the last half of the season. We were really upset after the loss, against the 49ers.
Right.
Some Cowboy fans ready for him to go. Some want to retain him. Ultimately, I think this is what's best for us this season is keeping Kellen Moore. Like you said, I just said continuity is not always a bad thing. We got to remember, like I know we was frustrated. Sometimes we say some things out of frustration, and doesn't mean that we were wrong. But we got to remember that Kellen Moore is still a young coordinator.
Right, exactly.
He has room to grow. He has things to build on. He's shown what he can do. Mm-hmm. We said, hey, when Kellen in his bag, he's up there.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the, but just sometimes when he gets those woes, those funks, and he can't get out of it. It's just like we got to work on that. We got to work on the adjustments. We got to work on the things that he struggled with. Get your playmakers the ball, man. This shouldn't be that hard.
It shouldn't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? That's elementary stuff, man. Get your playmakers the ball. But I think, like you said, continuity is good on that side. I fell in a camp that I wouldn't be mad if he got a head coaching job, and I wouldn't be mad if he came back. So, like I said, like we were the number one offense 2 out of 3 years he been the OC. So I mean, that's not, you can't just do that. You can't roll out of bed and do that. So, boy got talent. He just gotta work on his adjustments, man. Like if a defensive coordinator finds something in his game plan, then that's on tape. Then half of the season, then he can't adjust to get it. Like I could understand it in a game, maybe not figuring it out, but half the season you got to figure that mess out, man. So he got to work.
At some point, like say, multiple teams shouldn't be able to be doing the same exact thing to you, consistently. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to figure that out. And like you said, we got a whole offseason to what you got to work on. So let let's just roll with that. Like I said, that could be a positive. It's not necessarily a negative because the negative was we don't know where we were gonna go with offense without him. So
Right.
I'd rather figure this out with him than without him right now.
Right.
Uh,
For this
let's
year, for this season, exactly right.
specifically for this season. So since we keep saying that, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
Yes,
Uh,
it is. Let's do it.
we got the Sean Payton rumors that they're just going to loom the entire season. We know,
They ain't going nowhere.
we know, we know that. How do you think that's going to affect this entire team?
On some real, I think like I don't know about the entire team, but I know like McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to give him that little bit of extra motivation, that little extra fire. I think he's not going to be timid with some of them calls. He's going to be more aggressive. He's going to try to get it done. I think it might make him a better coach to say, for real, because he's literally coaching for his job. His man going to be on TV,
Yeah.
watching all the games, watching what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to produce. If he don't get us to the NFC Championship, at least in my opinion, he toast.
I mean, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it now, and I'm probably gonna be saying it throughout the offseason. McCarthy better move like it's Super Bowl or bust for him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not necessarily saying for the team aspect or the moves that we make is Super Bowl or bust, but for him, he can only think one way.
Yeah.
Super Bowl or bust. You'll be a damn fool to try to ignore these rumors and try to downplay it and try to act like this is not going to affect you. Okay, play around if you want to.
Right.
And also, Dan Quinn waiting on taking your job too.
Yeah.
Also, Kellen Moore waiting on taking your job too. At some point, you got 3-4 people waiting in line. Like
and Jerry ain't helping it. Jerry every day. Oh yeah, Dan Quinn could be a head coach. Sean Payton, Kellen, we love Kellen. So your owner is saying it. So you got to be here feeling that pressure.
Like I said, you will be a fool to think otherwise. Like you said, that your feet is in the fire. Like it's on you to now make some things and hold people accountable. So once again, if you see Kellen over here struggling on some things, you better go get in that meeting room and take over.
But that should have been the case anyway. But now, really now,
cause you got to think about. And I do understand you signed a 5-year deal. Your first year was a mulligan. I went 12-5. Like what I'm saying. Like you're probably feeling comfortable. Just give me some time. You give me some time, it can work. I went, like I said, I got y'all to 12-5. So he probably feeling, a little comfortable, get lagged a little bit. I get it. It's natural. Don't do it this year.
Right. Can't do it.
Like you said, don't do it this year. Right. And I feel that, like I said, he knew what he was. He knew what it was when he signed up.
Oh yeah.
We gave you a pass
for the COVID year.
We gave you the pass your first year. When Dak went out, be like, okay, let's go and wash our hands with this season. Even though you had opportunities to take this team to at least the playoffs, bare minimum,
right.
You could have had a better record. But like you said, you got a mulligan.
Right. That's one. That's it. You don't get no more.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep going. We can keep dealing with that one. So it's like, so like I just think the one move that we still need to make. I think Joe Philbin has to go.
I'm about to say, I know where you going. O-line, baby.
He got to go, and I know we continuity is not always a bad thing, but on top, and I'm going to give him some grace because you can look at it two ways. This first year, everybody on the offensive line got hurt.
Everybody.
So you was behind, your hands was tied behind your back. What could you really do? This year, okay, you dealt with a suspension. That wasn't your fault. You dealt with it. You dealt with some injuries. You benched the guy. That was your decision. But this flip-flopping tackles in the middle of the game, middle of the series stuff, like this
Who does that?
That's high school.
Who does that?
Yeah, that's high school. And on top of that, when you went back to Connor Williams and you still couldn't get the running game, you still couldn't get this offensive line in order. It's like at some point, like if I'm not, like I said, if we're not gonna fire everybody,
right?
Somebody got to fall on the sword. And I mean, it's people out there that you can upgrade. It's something that you can do. It's something that need to be at least talked about. I'm not gonna sit here and just say that a draft pick. Before we will get into that, a draft pick is just going to just fix this offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Then offensive line played bad. Like
it was bad.
They played bad towards the end. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't get rid of the whole entire offensive line, but I can get rid of a coach.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it's like they played. The thing that gets me is like the first 7 weeks of the season, they were a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke was going for 100. Pollard was going for 100. Remember, like they were both on pace for over 1,000 yards rushing at one point in the season, bro.
Yeah.
Sudden, they can't nobody block. We can't block a 4-man rush.
I mean,
Four, 5 people,
multiple games though.
multiple games.
It's not. It wasn't just the 49ers. Like you said, you break it. They only bring in 4 or 5, multiple teams, and you can't block that.
You can't block that. So all teams got to do is drop everybody back in coverage, 7 people back in coverage. Then what Dak supposed to do? You know, he getting pressure with 4 men, and he ain't got nowhere to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's like that's a double whammy, you know.
Right.
But I mean, I'm glad you spoke. You know, you spoke on Dak. You know, he received I'm gonna go to call it criticism. I'm gonna call it criticism, but I think criticism is a little too harsh of a word.
Right.
But he received some flack, and
Yeah.
and more so, I think the more so the flack of the way the end of the season went out, the way the game played out, and also how the rest of the playoffs went out, and it's just like, okay, Dak, can you do this? Can you do that? Like,
You elevate, right? Like,
we need to see that. Do I still believe in Dak? Hell yeah. I'm
yeah.
not about to sit here and just. I'm pro Dak. So if anybody listening to me, they know I'm pro Dak. I'm always going to believe. I'm going to believe in Dak until he shows me otherwise.
Right.
I just want the coaching staff to actually help him.
Put him in position to succeed. That's what you're supposed to do for your players, bro. It makes no sense.
That's all. That's all I really want to see. And I think that if you do that, I think you will see his play and everybody else play goes to another level. Like, you know, the team plays for him. He's a leader. You know, he got the leadership quality. He got all that you want. He can make the throws. It's just the fact that you can't just sit out there and just say, go beat 7 people in coverage and get sacked. It's like, come on, every quarterback struggles with that. Like you said, we just seen Aaron Rodgers struggle with the same defense. So
exactly, nobody talk about that though. They don't say that.
You know, you just want to. It's like this. If you didn't like Dak, you were just waiting on the moment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, we shouldn't have paid him. We shouldn't have paid him. Why are we getting paid $40 million? You should be doing this, doing that. Like you said, but you wasn't saying none of that in the beginning of the season.
Oh no, he was MVP the first 6 weeks of the year. Like, come on, man, you ain't saying none of that.
You feel what I'm saying? You didn't want to say none of that, but then next thing you know, when things go awry, you want to, oh yeah, he really wasn't worth this. He really wasn't worth that. So always we'll bring up the money. It's all good, but like you said, he does have to play better. He does have to he does have to figure out how to play. Teams can continue playing you the same exact way too.
Right. Exactly. Like I said, he's not. You know, he ain't free of none of this though. Like, he still can play his part, so he get his share of blame too. But it ain't all at his feet like people try to make it seem. You know.
While we still here, how did you take those Dez comments about him getting with Romo in the offseason, trying to work on attacking coverages? How did you take those comments?
Say, I don't know why people take stuff like that as a negative thing. Like, Romo been in the league, a starting quarterback in this league at a high level for years, and he calls the games every Sunday. Like, so he sees it from a different perspective as well. So he breaks down film still, like, because he's calling the games. So he sees the stuff that you might not see, that they need another eye. You know, you don't see everything. You might need another set of eyes to point something out, you know, see something different. I don't see why that's a negative thing, you know. I mean, everybody should do that, try to get better.
You should try to get better. Like I said, I watched the Kurt Warner quarterback confidentials, and he's been on 105.3 The Fan, talking about how he breaks down Dak's game and, you know, certain things that he would implement or he would do differently. And I'm like, okay, that's a totally different eye. He has no connection with the offense whatsoever. Right. He's understanding. He's seeing something. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Right. It's okay. If he's seeing certain things, then it can't hurt but to help. You know. But one thing that I did like about what Dak said was he declined going to the Pro Bowl.
Right.
You know, he said he really wanted to go back and work on his game, and we forgot that he was rehabbing last year.
This time, he's rehabbing.
So when you're rehabbing, you're not necessarily training your nuances of your game. You're rehabbing.
Right.
So he said he want to get back to his training regimen and get back to the things that he normally do in the off season, and that's what I like to hear.
Right. Definitely. Like he focused. You can tell he focused.
Like you said, like people can call me biased, Dak Homer, all you want to do. I'm gonna ride for my guy until he shows me otherwise.
A
And like you
quarterback.
said, I ain't gonna cry like T.O. But
Right.
all right, let's move on to we got the coaches out the way. Everybody's still here, so we rolling on. But let's move on to the off season. Let's get the rumor aspect out the way. There's a lot of rumors floating around about let's get rid of Amari, let's get rid of Tank.
Right.
You know, let's first off let's just stick with Amari. How do you feel about what we should do with Amari?
Now, have you remember what this offense was like when we didn't have Amari Cooper and we did wide receiver by committee, right? You remember that?
I definitely. It's the reason why we had to go get Amari.
Then we had to trade a first round pick to get Amari.
Yeah.
Then you see how offense took off with Amari. Then when Amari gets hurt, right, this offense bogs down, don't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's get rid of that guy. So like that makes no sense to me, bro.
At all. It's fun. Now I get it. You paid Amari. You paid him a lot of money, big money, and he's not producing as let's say other top wide receivers are. And you can just look at it a multitude of ways because we watching the game on Sundays and we texting each other. You're like, damn, bro, man. Look how they getting their playmaker the ball.
Hey, Cooper Cup show us getting a lot of balls and he double covered a lot. They scheming him open. Meanwhile, Coop 1-on-1s can't get a pass.
Look at Devontae Adams. Look at Stephon Diggs. Look, just any number one wide receiver that you want to. You just see him moving around in the offense, and it's like, come on, bro. We know Amari is one of the top route runners in the league, so moving him around is only going to make it better. And on top of that, getting him involved just helps the entire offense. Like you said, CD is definitely. I think he's ready to emerge as the number one.
Right.
He will only emerge as a top number one on this team with Amari on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't sit there and tell me that you can bring back a hobbled Michael Gallup and Cedric Wilson and
he ain't gonna be ready to start the season. He ain't had surgery yet.
And CD just gonna take over. Like that just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
And on top of that, it's just like don't give me this bull, Stephen Jones, about the salary cap, bro. Like I'm not trying to hit it. Like trust me, you've done a great job, Stephen, by training Cowboy fans, knowing that we ain't gonna go get no damn free agents. Like
we already know.
Like we know. But when it comes to our players that you already got under contract and it doesn't make team sense of getting rid of them, like don't feed us a bill of goods about the salary cap then. When we know for a fact that a restructuring of Amari's contract is the best decision for this offense. Especially since you brought back Kellen.
Thank you. The man 28 years old. You can add another year or two on it. He'll be just fine. Come on, man.
You restructure his deal. By the time his deal is over, it's time to pay his CD. Then I can be like, you know what?
Right.
It's time, CD. At that point, CD should have shown us that he ready to,
Right. We should have seen something by then.
By upper echelon in this league. So it goes to show that, just make the restructure. Like you said, I know you can save 16, 12 million if you cut him or post June 1. I understand that. You also can save 12 million if you restructure his contract. And it's already in place. Like stop filling us a bill of goods, Stephen Jones. But Cowboys fans fall for this though. That's the part that's frustrating. It's like, well, he really not producing, he's not doing that.
He does produce. When he gets the ball, he produces. It's not like you got to put it all into one category. Like it's the play calling, quarterback, wide receiver. All three of them have to go to. Like he can't throw himself the ball to produce. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple. Like I said, I think he benefits CD. I think he benefits Dak. Like you said, we've seen Dak.
Right.
Without him, like I said, it was the reason why you had to go get Amari. We've seen this before. And that's not far removed. Like
no, not at all. It's not been that long, man.
So when it comes to same things about DeMarcus Lawrence, his contract, and since he's been paid, have he produced to the level of his contract? No. I understand it. I get it.
He's
I
not. Yeah, he's not getting double-digit sacks every year. But
no,
the
I
boy,
get it.
is the monster. He's a top defensive end in this league still.
And prior to the last season, I would have been like, you know what, it's time to move on from D-Law. I get it. You're just not it. But his injury this season
Mm-hmm.
and the way that he came back
Came
from
back
that
fresh.
injury,
Came back fresh.
I think it really showed us his true value because
Right.
I understand that, the best player that since he had the contract, the best player that he had opposite of him was Robert Quinn. And he got Robert Quinn paid.
Right, he did. He did.
He got Robert Quinn paid, and Robert Quinn should, should send him a little something. But other than that, now that you have a lot of playmakers around him, now that you have actual pieces around him, and the defense can't just chip and double team and hold on him, he's showing you his value as an all-around defensive end.
He is an all-around monster, man. Run, pass. He's a beast.
So I can see that. I can see them. I personally would rather them restructure his contract just to keep him in.
Right, I'm with you on that.
Oh, to me, I wouldn't
because he's older.
I wouldn't be mad for so long if they were to move on because we've seen the defense without him for so long last year.
Right.
So I can refocus our draft and say, okay, boom, let's go get a defensive end first round or second round, and let's just go from there. And because we've seen how the defense operated without him, so it's like the defense didn't lose a step without him, and he was gone for a large chunk of the season. Now,
Micah stepped up. Micah stepped up in a big way.
And the difference between him and Amari, when we seen Amari for that small chunk, it was nasty. It was nasty. But both players, I most certainly want back.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm scared of Stephen Jones.
Right, but he's unpredictable with this cap saving, money saving stuff, man. Like to think that's two of our best players, two of the three. I said two of the three best players we have on the team: Micah, D-Law, Maury. You talking about cutting two of them? That's crazy to me, bro.
But the fact that we lost, I'm telling you, the fact that we lost in the first round with them,
right?
In his mind, because he already wants to be cheap.
Yeah.
So he can say, "Hey, if we already lost with y'all, I can lose again without y'all
save some money
for half the price." You know what I'm saying? And we really can't be but so much mad about it. But it's the fact that you can't half step it. If you're going to rebuild, then go ahead and rebuild it. Full-fledged rebuild.
Don't pick and choose. Yeah. Right.
Nah, don't go halfway. We're gonna just cut them and then we're gonna bring in me and defensive end. Nah, we're not going for that. We're not going for
that.
Right. We got a lot of free agents. We got a lot of free agents.
A lot that contribute this year, man. A lot of them.
So I'm gonna go quick and see. Let's start on the defense.
Say yay or nay. We will keep or let go.
Yeah. J-Ron Curse.
Yay. Got to keep him.
The fact that we got Dan Quinn back, I believe we're gonna be able to keep him.
Got to keep him.
DeMonte KZ.
He can go.
You can go, bro. Like
you can go.
You can go.
I appreciate what you did, but you can go. Too many bad.
And the reason why I said him first is because I'm going on to Malik Hooker next. I want to keep Malik Hooker.
Right. Me too.
I believe Malik. He was healthy all year. Like yes, he did play reduced snaps, but I think Malik showed us a whole lot of different things that he didn't show us in with the Colts. Like I didn't know how to use him. I didn't know he was that good of a run defender. Like
me either, man. He was around a line of scrimmage making a lot of tackles, bro.
So I think his value didn't really go up. I think he can come back on a good, Stephen Jones type of deal.
Stephen Jones deal.
Yeah. So I would bring him back. LVE.
Time to move on, man. He need to change the scenery for real. He need to change the scenery.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna let you come back to that because I'm not gonna answer this. I agree with you, but I'm not gonna answer it until we talk about the draft.
Got you.
All right, so remember that. Just remember that. Carlos Watkins.
He really wasn't that bad. But if Stephen Jones did bring him back, why not?
So Brent Urban.
Same thing. I think we missed him with that run stopping, man. We missed him in the middle. He's one of the better run defenders in the league. So Stephen Jones did bring him back.
Maurice Kennedy.
He can roll on out.
I would keep him.
You'll keep him?
And the only reason I would keep him because I'm trying to move. I would be actively trying to move Jordan Lewis.
J. Lou, either one, Brown or Lewis.
Via trade.
Right.
The only reason I specifically only said Jordan Lewis is because he can only do one thing.
Right, he the slot.
I know Anthony Brown can do multiple things.
Right, that's true too. Yeah, he can play inside and outside.
And like I said, I'm on the verge. Like I think not that we've seen enough of Kelvin Joseph, right. But I'm ready to get him on the field.
Hey, he look good out there though.
Yeah, so getting him on the field, but I can still keep Anthony Brown on the field the way he played.
Right.
I'm good. So I'm actively trying to trade Jordan Lewis, and he played well enough that you can get something for him. And his contract is not that high.
Right.
They could get something for him. So
I'm with you on that.
So I would definitely bring back Maurice Kennedy because he showed out at camp. Like I said, he didn't show it throughout the season, but I know he knows the system, and I know he can come in and play, and he'll be a core special teamer. I would bring him back because I know he's dirt cheap.
Okay, I would be mad at that though. Like I said, if we can get something for Jay Luka, I'm gonna be honest. One of them gonna be gone. Anthony Brown and Jay Lou, they both ain't coming back this year. I feel it.
If you're a smart team, you'll be actively shopping him. But if you
I wouldn't be mad at that.
But this is also my thing though. If I don't get nothing for him, I'm gonna just keep him.
Right. Like, you can't get it.
I'm not about to just cut him and like, oh, you saved $5 million. We say no. What for? What you saving $5 million to do? What?
Then get worse in the secondary.
Yeah, no. I just keep him.
Right.
That's pretty much it for the defense. If we didn't name you, we don't care about you.
Yeah, we know Randy coming back.
And matter of fact, I'm glad I forgot Randy. You sure Randy coming back?
I think Dallas didn't invested too much and then bend over backwards for him all these years for him to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I think they already got something figured out. You got to make it official. I don't think he's going nowhere.
I'm a little nervous about that because the pass rusher market is so volatile that you really can't get a read. You can't get a read of it. Now, on the surface, his statistics doesn't warrant a big contract.
Right.
Now we know his play on the field is definitely way better than what his statistics showed, and also got hurt. He got injured. Got injured and dealt with COVID.
Yeah, he missed a couple games.
But based off his stats, his contract really shouldn't be
top of the market. Right.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that high. We should be able to get him, 3-year deal. Cool. We should be able to sign that. But he's a Dallas Cowboy. The way they talk about him, he may be the best pass rusher on the market. Next thing you know it, he going for $16 million. And it's like, am I about to overpay for that?
If it's hitting up there, man, I don't see Steven doing that, but
it
takes one team. It takes one team.
And on top, I'm definitely not giving him the franchise tag either.
Right.
Because if you give him the franchise tag, then that's, like I said, that's the bare minimum that you got to pay it. And like, nah.
Right.
We should be able to get him at a Stephen Jones deal.
Right.
Based on sticking behind him and through his woes and all that. I think we should be. But I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, like you said, it takes one team, man, to blow him away. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. We can go to the offense. It's really not that many on offense.
Right.
Start with Michael Gallup.
I already know this is a Stephen Jones special right here. Injured player that's already on our team for a 1-year proven deal. Mm-hmm. So right, I see I'm looking at the contract right now. I see it already.
Me personally, I would definitely move on.
Yeah,
I would move on for him, and hopefully somebody else will be
right.
Get him in so we can get a comp pick for him. But Cedric Wilson, I'm definitely trying to bring him back at the right price.
Yeah, I think we can. I don't think nobody's gonna break the bank for Cedric Wilson. So
yeah, we should be able. We should be able. And like you said, we need you Swiss Army knife. You got the rapport with Dak, and it doesn't. He alone doesn't stop us from drafting his replacement.
Exactly.
But I'm definitely trying to bring him back. Connor Williams, you can go.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
we definitely about to draft your replacement. We're not worried about
Callum
none of yeah.
Williams is out of here.
Dalton Schultz.
He Don Show gonna get top of the tight end money. I think he gonna get at least 12 million, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime Johnny Smith, if the Patriots got like 13, 14, I ain't heard his name one time this year.
Not at all.
Schultz gonna get broke off, so he out. We gonna get a nice comp pick for him.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we're gonna definitely lose Schultz. I'm kind of upset about that because he showed off. He showed off.
Right.
My thing. So, how do you feel about Blake Jarwin?
I'm confident in Blake Jarwin when he's on the field. That's the thing. These injuries are starting to pile up, bro. Every year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he's out there, he's a difference maker. He's faster than Schultz. He's shiftier. They both can't block, so they don't even. he kills them seam routes, man. He's a seam route monster, but he can't stay on the field lately. So that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Okay, 3 tight ends that I know we don't, do really much in free agency.
Right.
I don't think their market is really going to be as high as it should be, or how do we think? These are 3 tight ends that I think that, let's say we move on.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, if we're gonna let Schultz, well, I would get rid of Jarwin too, but that's just me. Like you said, his injury history is just not.
It's starting to pile up.
Yeah. Well, how you feel about OJ Howard?
I think OJ Howard would be good. I think Kellen could do some things with OJ Howard. He's an athletic specimen, man. So we really had nothing at tight end like that since Bennett, since Martellus. So I like that.
His career hasn't really worked out the way it's planned out in Tampa. Don't know. They may resign him because Gronk probably retired.
Gronk retiring, yeah.
So they may resign him and try to, utilize him like they wanted to.
Right.
David Njoku.
Saying I like, we talked about getting him. What was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm definitely been down with him for sure. Yeah, and we've seen him do it. So he just got to stay healthy as well.
Underutilized in Cleveland.
Shouldn't cost a lot.
It shouldn't cost a lot. So it's like I feel that we could go get him. Hayden Hurst from Atlanta.
He'd probably be the last one of those two, but I still wouldn't hate it at all. He's a proven veteran. He produced, you know what I'm saying? He still got a little bit left in the tank. I wouldn't, a little small, 2-3 year deal. Oh, I wouldn't be mad at that.
And he has a connection with Dak. They both had both of that. They dealt with they dealt with suicide together or mental health aspect. So they definitely have a rapport. And I feel that they probably could work more wonders if they were together on the same team. But I also think he's been underutilized as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really.
I didn't hear his name a lot this year.
I mean, when you got Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, I forgot about that.
but the same thing happened to him in Baltimore when we had Mark Andrews in front of him.
Right. So he still got a lot. Now you think about it, he still got some tread on the tires. Like you're right.
So these are some cheap moves that I feel that we could, supplement the loss from a Dalton Schultz. They can plug and play. They kind of the same mold,
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, it doesn't stop us from drafting one. It takes time for tight ends to develop in the league anyway. Right. So I wouldn't really be mad at those moves, but I ain't looking at no other free agents. I ain't looking at no other free agent. I'm not even gonna waste my time. No wish list, no none of that, because we know what time it is.
I ain't even checking the free agent boards till week 2 of free agency.
we gonna go on vacation just like the Joneses do.
Just like the Joneses.
The draft. We only dealt with the Senior Bowl right now, and it is early. But who you got your eye on so far early on in this process?
Just for Cowboys issues' sake, that's what we fans of. I'm looking at offensive linemen, I'm looking at linebackers, and shit. The way it's looking, I might have to start looking at wide receivers. The way we're talking. But I've been looking like Linderbaum from Iowa, the center. I think he can play center guard. Zion Johnson, I think, the guard from Boston College. Good. My man, what's my man name? Green from Texas A&M. Nasty mauling guard.
Yeah.
Of course, you got a lot of good linebackers. Like Dean. Georgia got a couple good linebackers coming out. Some safeties. Look. Well, I don't know why we Cowboy fans, so we always got to talk about safety, but we never going to draft.
I already did it to myself, bro, and I ain't even want to text you because I didn't want you to suffer with me, bro. But
Who you talking about?
I need Daxton Hill, bro.
Right, yeah. Gotta get a hill in there, you know.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong. You know, you can't other than Tristan. You know,
Gotta get a hill in there, bro.
but that's the and you know we do it to ourselves every year.
Every year.
You know, we say we find the safety that we fall in love with, and they just let them go off the board, or hopefully they say I like to call it team saving us from ourselves.
Right.
They draft him before we get to him, but
Right.
he would be one of the ones that I would love, you know, that fit that single high mold, athletic.
Yeah, he a bad boy. He a bad boy.
You know, and another reason. Did you say Jordan Davis?
No, I didn't. Yep, no, I didn't get Joy Davis. Nope. DT. Yep, DT is big need too.
Because this is how I feel about. This is why I said I didn't want to answer the LVE question, because I'm of the mindset of the way I build a team. I need a veteran somewhere.
Yeah.
I need a veteran somewhere. I'm not saying I need a big old veteran, but I do need a contributing veteran somewhere. So what I fear is, okay, you got Jabril Cox coming off an injury. Hopefully he should be back and ready to mold, put him exactly in the Keanu Neal role.
Right. Yeah. Neal got it.
I want to keep Micah as a chess piece. I don't want to just play full-time off-ball linebacker. I don't want him full-time edge rush. I want him as a chess piece so we can get the best out of Micah.
Exactly.
So I need a linebacker in there that's smart enough to handle the defense.
Be a veteran. Right.
We know what we can get from LVE, and if you draft somebody like Jordan Davis, then we know we go get the best out of LVE, because we know if LVE is left clean,
keep him clean. Yeah,
we can do something with that.
Right. As long as you gotta keep blockers off him, man, because you get a blocker on him,
it's over. It's nothing he can do. It's nothing he can do. But if I know for a fact that if you can keep him clean, and then on top of that, so it's like I'm not gonna lie, I love Nakobe Dean.
Yeah,
I love him to death. And you know, and when we get closer to the draft process, my philosophy, I'm definitely not one of those. I don't care nothing about positional value. So my thing for me right now, I would skip on Nakobe Dean because we have to fix this offensive line.
We got to fix the offensive line, man. Like offensive lineman there, we got to take him, bro.
Yeah, so I don't care. I don't care if it's Linderbaum. I don't care if it's Zion Jackson, Kenyon Green, whoever pops up at this point. I got to have some type of lineman first.
Got to.
I know this team is not going to go Jordan Davis even if he's there, because they value positional value.
Exactly.
So the dude, his name is, I'm losing his name, but he's from UConn.
The defensive tackle?
Yeah, he is. I think he at the Senior Bowl right now.
Yeah, Johnson, something like that. Johnson.
I think it's Tyler Johnson. Don't quote me. But get somebody like that in the third round. Right. You know, you can keep LVE clean.
Right.
Because I don't see them even if they let LVE go, and they probably gonna let him walk. You know, like you said, he does need to change the scenery.
Right.
I just don't know how the linebackers that they bring in, unless you scout one of them smart, just can dissect, can run big defense type of tight. I mean, because linebackers really not that hard to transition to.
Yeah, read your keys.
Yeah, you know,
run attack. Right.
It's just the fact that I'm just weary. Because we have so many holes that need to be plugged in immediately. I'm trying to find the best solution of easy transition.
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
So that's how that goes. So I know for a fact. And another reason why, let's go back, Carlos Watkins. Reason why I don't want him back. I know he did. I know he did his job. I understand he did his job. And if they brought him back, I'm not going to be mad. But what we've seen from this organization is, once you play, we ain't really about to bring in really too much competition for your spot.
Right. It's yours. You good. Like, no, man. You always need competition.
Yeah. So I'd rather have a young bigger that's gonna be in there for a couple of years, that I know that's gonna plug and play. And I do believe Bohannon's gonna get better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna get stronger. He'll get better for sure.
So
I'm ready to 6th round pick.
So in logic, I would love to bring Carlos Watkins back to training camp. You know, at least training camp deal. And if you make it through training camp, or you get it, you want the final cuts. That's
You're right.
cool. I would love that because, like I said, you're a vet. You know the system. You can push everybody to be better.
Right.
It's just that I don't trust the organization
To bring the competition in.
to bring competition.
Like
Yeah,
like kicker. Like kicker, right? Just
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
I'm letting y'all know right now. Every mock that I do in the 7th round, I'm drafting a kicker. I'm telling you right now. I'm
Get it.
scouting kickers all year.
We gonna get us a kicker there.
You know what I'm saying? Um, you had anything else about the pre-draft or free agency? All right.
Trying to think. Trying to talk about Arizona defense. I think we hit on everything about the
Think we
pre-draft,
touched on.
the
Think
free
we touched
agency.
on. Now we got 2 teams in the Super Bowl, right? Now we're not in the Super Bowl,
Of course.
right? Obviously. But these 2 teams, then it's always a copycat league, right?
Right.
And these 2 teams had 2 opposing philosophies on how they built their team and how
Right.
they got to the next level. And ultimately, we want to get to the next level. So let's go with the Bengals side of it. And what can we take from what the Bengals did to get to the Super Bowl?
The thing I like about the Bengals, even with bad offensive line play,
Mm-hmm.
their coordinator schemed and they got the playmakers the ball quick. They just worked. They worked around that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They adjusted to that. So their adjustments are man, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
They get their playmakers the ball. They got a young, talented tight end quarterback that they're getting. They starting to give him weapons. They gave him not Chase Young. Give him Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
They got him a nice little tight end, and I'm sure they're gonna draft some more weapons to go around them. I know they're gonna draft offensive line. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're tailoring their offense around their quarterback, which they should do, making it more quarterback friendly, and it's dividends. It's got them in the Super Bowl.
See, I knew we were gonna have different takes on that. Then I talked to my guy AJ often.
Right.
He's a Bengals fan. Shouts out to
AJ, shout out AJ.
So what they did in free agency, which where they normally don't do, but they spent some money and they didn't go crazy. But what they did was target specific people,
Right,
to go in for to fit their defense. So they didn't pay William Jackson, that their top corner. They let him go. But with the money that they didn't spend on him, they got 3 players that all benefited in their defense. They went and got Cheeto, they went and got Mike Hilton, and they went and got somebody else that went in the secondary. But ultimately, what I'm saying is they use that money and they targeted real players, not none of these bargain bin shopping players. They went and got real players. They spent money on DJ Reader, nose tackle. They said we got a problem stopping the run. We gonna go get the best defensive tackle, one technique out there, and we gonna end that.
And he balling.
They made at the time it was a controversial decision, picking Trey Hendrickson over Carl Lawson. Ultimately, that paid off for them. But what I'm saying is they used their free agency and went and targeted key positions that they needed to fix. Now they didn't. They tried to fix the offensive line. They tried. They didn't go. They didn't make a full conscious effort that most people wanted them to do, and it showed. They're going to do that. They're going to do that next year.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get it right.
But the fact that they said they were like, you know what, we got trouble stopping the run. We need multiple corners. We need this person. And they went and targeted and they went and got it. And this is an organization that's notoriously cheap.
Right.
We can learn that. We can use that.
Right. If they can do it, why can't we?
Why can't we? We got another team on the other side. They went for broke.
Right.
They didn't give a damn about the draft picks. They don't care about the salary cap. They don't care about life.
Like they've been doing it for years.
But this is their second time in the Super Bowl. Doing it. Now at this point, they, like I said, at some point it has to, you have to reap some of the benefits of doing it. But it's like they've shown numerous times that they're not afraid to go for it. They're not just going to tell us, like we hear this thing from Jerry Jones every year, that I'll do anything for another Super Bowl, and then you go out, and then you don't do nothing.
I can't tell.
But but they ain't got
Sure.
they ain't got to say they going for the Super Bowl. They gonna say, we're gonna go get Von Miller, or we're gonna go get Odell, or
Thank you.
we're gonna trade for Matt Stafford and give up mad picks to go get
Right.
him.
Right.
We got a running back issue. Oh, we're gonna go get Sony Michelle. You feel what I'm
They make
saying?
it happen.
You
They
know,
make it happen.
they making moves happen. Now some of these moves will we make? No. You know
No.
what I'm saying? No, we wouldn't make no moves. But the fact that the aggressiveness and actually going forward, it matter of fact, it shows everybody that we're all on the same page. That team know that they really going for the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Like they really know it's Super Bowl or bust for them. Like,
Right. Their fans like, yeah, I know my team is trying to do whatever it takes to get to the Super Bowl. So you got to feel good as a fan of the Rams. Like, yo, my team is going to do whatever.
yeah.
I got to feel good.
Instead of telling us
Show us something.
thing, telling us one thing and then doing another.
Right.
That's what I would take. I would take their aggressiveness to actually going forward in moderation, like you said.
I say in moderation too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I said, we're a good drafting team. I know we value our draft picks, but it's like you said, some of the moves that they made, we could have made.
Right.
We can add this to our sauce. Like, it's really not that far fetched to,
It's not.
look at them and say, you know what, we could be them.
We say it. We do it all the time. There's a player that we've been talking about to get traded, and we find out it's like for a fourth round pick, a fifth round. And what we always say, we ain't even call. We ain't even pick up the phone.
We ain't even call. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that's a fourth round pick, bro. Like, come on.
Those are the moves. Because like I said, if you so hard pressed on 1 year deals anyway,
right?
Then why don't you get somebody that you know that can contribute, and they definitely gonna try to contribute because they want to get paid.
Right? Exactly.
It's a win-win for everybody. Like you said, we over there sitting there. They traded this such and such player for a fifth round pick. We like I said, we know we about to get a fifth round comp pick next year, and we ain't
even pick up the phone, man. That's stuff that frustrates us right there.
We've been doing good. We've been doing good without being frustrated. So we gonna go ahead.
Right.
We can go ahead and on the good note. So we can go ahead.
Right.
Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Man, my head telling me the Rams, but my heart, I'm saying Bengals, man. 27-24 Bengals.
Oh,
I think the Rams gonna come out smoking.
Mm-hmm.
You know how them Bengals do? They claw, fight their way back, and they'll come back in the fourth quarter and win that thing on a field goal.
They so resilient, man. They so resilient, and like I say, man, like you say, AJ, 1/3, 3-man weave. His team is in there, so we definitely rooting. Definitely rooting for the Bengals.
Right.
I think the Rams is gonna be too much. And the only reason I believe that they're gonna be too much because their offensive line has shown chinks in this armor. Now you win against Jeffrey Simmons, right?
Mm.
You win against Chris Jones, right?
It's
like you remember Mortal Kombat, right? Where you just keep going up, going up.
You that level keep going.
Now here come Aaron Donald. Now
the big time here.
Yeah, now like you said, he's different. Like I said, Jeffrey Simmons is all pro
right.
Bowl. Chris Jones, Pro Bowl, all pro.
Aaron Donald, all world.
But yeah, it's different. This Hall of Fame already. So I just think that he may potentially wreck this game.
Then Von Miller screaming on the edge too.
I just think that they got 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks to come up with a game plan.
Right.
They got to come and hopefully Joe Mixon is heavily involved in his game plan.
Right. Slow that pass rush down, man.
Slow it down, and I got faith in the Bengals. I'm gonna keep my trend going for AJ. I'm gonna keep picking against them.
Right.
And hopefully I'm wrong. So I'm going with the Rams.
Got you.
I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna go 31-27.
No, I bet. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a field goal. It'll come down to a field goal, I believe.
So this is episode 3. We'll be back. When we gonna be back?
We'll get some free agency news cracking when we sign somebody a month into free agency.
Yeah, it'll be be so late. It'll be so late in free agency. We might well go ahead and start talking about the draft. Get ready for the draft.
Right.
Oh man. So just stay tuned on all the social networks, and we'll be posting when we're gonna be back. And whenever y'all want us back, y'all want us back sooner than that. Just send us some topics, send us some things to discuss.
Yes, sir.
We'll definitely handle that for y'all. But like you said, this is the Dallas Duo. I'm D
Yeah.
Hill. That's D White. Episode 3, and we out.
We out.